I want to talk about linguistic context of the surrounding words and sentences in semantics. In today's talk, we are going to look at those concepts. There are pronouns, which is one of the Anaphora types, the coreferentiality, antecedent, a minimum condition of coreferentiality, bound pronoun, free or unbound pronoun. First of all, let's look at the term pronouns. The term pronoun is one of the Anaphora types because it is the most used type of Anaphora. We are taking it sort of as a prototype of the Anaphora or representing type of the Anaphora. The concept of the term pronoun is that it has a relationship to place the noun phrases or refers to the discourse participates. Let's look at this sentence. This work is assigned to Matilda, but she went away to somewhere. So here she is a pronoun and Matilda is a discourse participate. Its proper term is called antecedent, but we'll get back to this term later. So here the pronoun she has a relationship that is refers to the discourse participate Matilda. Let's look at coreferentiality. The concept of the term coreferentiality is a relationship where two or more linguistic expressions having the same referent. Let's look at this sentence. When Philip picked up the book by himself in the postal station, he felt excited. So both the name Philip and the personal pronoun he refers to the same physical person, like this illustration shows here. That is to say, they both have a coreferentiality. Let's look at antecedent. The concept of the term antecedent, it is a personal name or noun phrase to which the pronoun refers. Here I'd like to point out that, like in the pronouns with the anaphora, here the term antecedent also has many types because the personal name and noun phrase are the most used types of antecedent. We are sort of taking them as the prototype of antecedent or representing type of the antecedent. Let's look at this sentence. When Peter is trying to figure out the meaning of the new concept, he starts to staring at the extension cord in front of him. Like this illustration shows, the name Peter is called antecedent because it has a reflexive pronoun he refers back to the name Peter. Let's look at the term a minimum condition of coreferentiality. The concept of the term a minimum condition of coreferentiality, it is that there must be at least two distinct expressions, such as two pronouns, a pronoun, and a noun phrase, or two noun phrases. Let's look at those examples. The first sentence, he said he would do it. So those two pronouns he are referring to the same person. And if you cut off one of them, they cannot form a coreferentiality by itself. Let's look at the second sentence. The sky looks like it is going to rain soon. So the noun phrase the sky and the pronoun it have a coreferentiality because the pronoun it is referring back to the noun phrase the sky. And if you cut off one of them, they cannot form a coreferentiality by itself. Let's look at the third sentence. The food on the plate, fried beef with broccoli. So those noun phrases are referring to the same food on the plate. And if you cut off one of them, they cannot form a coreferentiality by itself. Let's look at the last sentence. The mom of three, the magazine editor, and the wife. Those three noun phrases are referring to the same person, but they are not a minimum condition of coreferentiality, because if you cut one of those three, rest two can still form a coreferentiality. Let's look at the bound pronouns. The concept of the term bound pronoun is that a pronoun which is coreferential with a noun phrase, such as bound to that noun phrase antecedent. Let's look at those examples. The first sentence, when David is trying to find something to type on the slides, he's falling in thought. So here the personal name of David is the antecedent. He is a pronoun. Because the pronoun he is referring back to the personal name David, it is sort of bound with the personal name David. So we call the pronoun he is bound pronoun. The second sentence, that word I'm trying to look for, it is found in the dictionary. So the noun phrase that word is the antecedent, and it is a pronoun. Because the pronoun it is referring back to the noun phrase that word, it is sort of bound to that noun phrase that word. So we call the pronoun it is bound pronoun. Let's look at the third sentence. When it comes to where to put this cabinet, it is hard choice to decide. Here's the noun phrase where to put this cabinet is the antecedent, and it is a pronoun because the pronoun it refers back to the noun phrase where to put this cabinet. It is sort of bound to this antecedent, so we call the pronoun it is a bound pronoun. Now let's look at free or unbound pronouns. The concept of the term free or unbound pronouns is that it is a pronoun which refers to some object not explicitly mentioned in the discourse. Let's look at those three sentences. When she came back home, he was already left. So both pronouns she and he, they are not referring to the same person, and they have no noun phrase or antecedent to refer to in this sentence. So if we align it to the concept of free or unbound pronouns, they are the free pronouns. Let's look at the second sentence. When he's lying down to work with his laptop, the back pain soothes a little bit. So here the pronoun he in this sentence doesn't have an antecedent to refer to, so it is a free pronoun. Let's look at the last sentence. After a long time concentration on the project, he starts feeling a bit sleepy. Here's the same. The pronoun he doesn't have an antecedent to refer to in this sentence. So the pronoun he is a free or unbound pronoun. Alright, that's it.